Chitab Kalenjin ako ni kamangnet ale karitestai inyoru betut nekararan kongoi mising eng boroindo notok ninome en atkan kora sikobit iker akisub ketesiet nebo Nenyon TV nenakatin ak atachin en boroindo notok nebo logoiwek kikurenon Cynthia Terer. Katestai en karonetab rani president nebo emoni Dr. William Samoei Ruto ak rutoitonyin en betutab oeng kipchulyo nemiten en county nebo Narok ole kaimuch kosuldaen tetutik cheterter chebo bandab tai. Kaimuch president en karonetab rani koit siret notok nebo Mamboleo nemiten en koning'atil ng'atutik nebo Emurua Dikir ole kaimuch koyat sironotok lel ne kikimuch ketech ak kanapta koityi makutik chotok chebo kasari. En kasarta nekaimuch president William Ruto kong'ololchi meng'ik chebo Emurua Dikir kokakomuch kokon kurset nekim kot mising keistoengei yautik chemakororon chebo terchinosiek ak chemarget nemwoe kole kotestai kotumdaen korotik biikab emet en kebeberwek cheterter en county nebo Narok. Kaimuch president kokon kurset nekim kot mising koityi kandoik chebunu county nebo Narok komwa anan koker kole kaimuch koistoengei neilole yautik chebo bolotet ak chemarget en kwino biikab emet asikobit kiker kele kakimuch kitelel yautik chemakororon cheketestai keborenji en kebeberaton.
Momeche chemarget ngoroni. Kalya biikab Kalenjin sotumdaege korotik. Kalya amune. Momeche ng'alecha kabisa. Yainam rungut kaso. Amache kokasa komie. Yainam rungut ak iwir nebo ng'wong. Kotkorandage korotik. Kararan meting'ung. Okasa komie. Okasa komie. Momeche besiet. Momeche mikutano nekiyae yuok yun. So besie biik. Okwet biik chebo viongozi. Oripkei kot oripkei. Chi age tugul ne kiongozi. Matkoi kinye nepche biikab Kalenjin. Matkoi kinye netumdoi korotikab lagokab Kalenjin. Ak ikuregei kiongozi. Kamwai okwet viongozi. Okase ane kandoindetab Kenya rani. Kokalya siwa kandoindetab Kenya nyokobirgei biikab Kalenjin. Obiregei amune. Okas komie momeche ng'alecha. Okaso viongozi ichu. Kiongozi age tugul neimi yu. Kiongozi age tugul neimi yu. Ngotitumdoi korotikab nebo ng'wong. Ketumde korotikab weritab Kalenjin chepkomet anan ko nebo ng'wong. Koi chito nemujinga nebo mwisho. Mami kit neiu. Okaso. Otuye bichu. Ameche biikab Emurua Dikir koba kutinak. Sikoyokis boisionik. Kobanganak bandab tai nebo emet. Ngeteche boisionichu keteche kele sikesopche. Ngeteche sukulishechu keteche kele sikesopche. Keteche banganetab mung'aret kuneb sokoni keteche sikesopche. Keteche university kuno ameche batech keteche sikosopche biikab gaa. Okase so. Okase. Sasa kabangan emet nin ipotuyo. Konyo sangwaring Emurua Dikir omoche kolya. Hapana.
Chitab Kalenjin en kasaratan kakomuch president William Ruto koyomis meng'ik chebo Emurua Dikir kole wendi ine koker kole katestai kanapta koning'atin ng'atutik nebo Emurua Dikir mising ko en toretetab sigik nebo kisomesan lagokwak. Kamwa kole chang kot mising tetutik cheisuldoen ine cheboto kora tekset notok nebo oratinwek ak kora teksosiek chotok cheterter ak kanaptaet notok nebo uchumi en kebeberwek tugul chebo Narok.
Kisomesani lagok chebo Kalenjin ing yu. Kisomesani lagokab Emurua Dikir. Kimeche kosoman ak konyor boisionik lagokab koroni ak chepyosok konyor mung'aret ak bandab tai konyor emoni kendoiwok sitimek ortinwekwok ketekwok barabarani kosoman lagokwok ak kecheng'wok sobet nebo betusiek chemi tai asingotestai Kenya koboto biikab Emurua Dikir chetestai. Kokasan amawas Kalenjin. Kokase kasomok ako kasomok ko kandoindetab emet. Alechok mameche kotaro rungut nekiwire nebo ng'wong. Mameche kotaro korotik chekitumdoi ngoroni nengekur tuyet neuni kotumdagei korotik amune. Hapana wezekana hiyo. Okase kimeche kebe kutinak. Kimeche kebanganake ako yo banganake eng yu asich ole kabanganda komie sikoba boisionik kochakta.
Tesetai mising chitab Kalenjin kisubi akobo rutoito notok nebo president William Ruto eng kebeberta notok nebo county nebo Narok. Ibwat ile mi sirikyok chebo logoiwek miten Alex Timoy Ole Muntet ako miten Gaius Kipyegon Lang'ata. Ako yekistoengei notok chitab Kalenjin kakomuch komongei kandoinatet nebo kibagenge notok netelelchin konetik cheinete kipsomaninik chetinye kewelinwek eng borwekwak notok nebo melekwogik chenyoru en kila kenyit.
We were promised a grade earlier, and now it has taken more than a year before it has been implemented. At the time, we were being promised all the stakeholders that should have implemented it were on board. They were called, they were in the meeting, and the reason why it has not been implemented, we don't know. We are calling now for a speedy implementation of the same, that grade that was given by the President. And by now we should be talking about the second grade, because the President said that we should look into the means of implementing the second one. So at this juncture, we are demanding both grades so that our teachers can feel comfortable. The President himself pronounced himself that he knows the kind of work these teachers of special needs do. They go an extra mile and do more. In that recognition, that's why he offered the 2 grades, but starting
En komosta nyingo sinende no notage nebo kibagengeitab konetik noton nebo kusnet noton ko James Torome komwa kole kimuch konetik chemiten en kibagenge noton nebo kusnet ite 10,000 korutechi president nebo emoni Daktari William Ruto en gotab bororiot nemiten nganaset nebo Nairobi ole kimuch konde taitab president kong'ung'unyenywan akonyor koyomiset notok nebo kitoror konetik chotok chebo kusnet. Mwa kole agoi en nguni komamiten kakwautiet age tugul nekokomuch koib TSC akoten kasarta nekimuch kibagenge noton po TSC anan kusnet kosir akonde tai arorutik chenyolu kisuldaen en katororet nebo konetik. Kaimuch kotorchi siyet missing akobo minister en ministry netelelchin legut anan treasury noton ko John Badi en mwa kole inendet anan iyoni kole inendet nekokomuch koter kisuldaen tetutyonoton.
The hindrance is the Minister for Finance, John Bandi. So we are asking the President, him as a person, to move with his speed, because the pressure in this country within the education sector, especially the SNE, is so high. The teacher are asking whether that was a hot air. And before it moves to that, let the President invite the union and say whether it is possible or is not possible. And then it is possible. The schools were opened yesterday. We want our teachers to go and settle and start working to the learners living with a disability. In the request, there was a second request. Teacher living with a disability, they receive a guidance allowance of 20,000, which the President also ordered for it to be reviewed. No single meeting have been convened by the Teacher Service Commission. So we are asking now the President, and he should not send any other person, him, to talk with the Bandi with the immediate effect. Before we mobilize all the SNE teachers, we go back to State House for him to pronounce himself.
Higistoenge noton chitab kolenjin ko kakomuch kibagenge noton netinyegei ak boriet nebo maiwek chemanin ak kerichekab bokitet nebo Nakada kolumda kokoutik chekimen kot missing anan campaign en county nebo Nandi nebo keker kele kimuch kisuldaen konetisiet koityi biikab emet en komonutiet noton nebo keistoenge chobet, aldaet ak kayaptaet noton nebo maiwek chemanin akot kunoton kaimuch kotegei kibagenge noton nebo Nakada ak stakeholders cheterter en kasuldaetab kokwoutiet noton asikobit keker kele kakimuch keborenchi kirindaet nebo kipchulyo nebo maiwek chemanin en county nebo Nandi. Kinyoru Elwen Cherop kororoit missing akobo nitok.
Kongalali eng taonitab Kapsabet kondochin director nebo Nakada Benjamin Kuto komwa ine kole chang neranik chekokoboisie mayechotok mayonotin koboto kerichekab bokitet ole kasom ichek koistoegei akokon kateunet eng chi age tugul neoldoi mayechotok mayonotin koboto kerichekab bokitet kole agoi kenam ak keipchi kakwautik chekimen kosubkei ng'atutikab emoni.
Kakibwa rani ko wakat nekanye kewokyi ak kesom kele ongesoru lagokyok amu kakobar ng'alekab mayek ak bangi koboto drugs cheyachen cheu heroin ak tuguk chechang chebunu sang. Ansa yuto bo nenyonet county nebo Nandi komi mayek ak bangi chebunu komasta nimbo Kisumu, bunu alage Kakamega, ako bunu alage komaswek cheterchin. So kokisom kabingetab kei kele ongesiku ak kemete amu kakobar nei lagok. Makotunishe lagok, makituni lagok, makosomani lagok, makwai kiy age tugul. Nginyoru biik komi kityo kobendoting center. So kanyikai kasi tugul ak biikab bodaboda koboto police ak all the other departments. Ko chi age tugul nekakinam eng karing'ung maleguk tugul koibe serikali amu inye niboisie maleguk eng oret nesamis ibore lagokyok. So kosom kabingetab kei ongituiyegei ak keborye kebar kiy asikobit kebe ngoret nekararan akotorete Mungu.
Kamwa Assistant County Commissioner Daniel Mutuku kole chi age tugul nekiname karinyi koloe mayechotok mayanotin ko agoi kerebe karinotok ole kasom chairman nebo bodaboda eng Nandi neranik koistoegei mayechotok ko oret agenge nebo koistoegei ngoyondit neibu kerichechotok bo bokitet.
We have impounded proboxes, even prados, transporting these illicit brews. Any person who allows their vehicle to be used to transport these illicit brews, you'll be surrendering that vehicle to the government. Because once we arrest that vehicle transporting illicit brews, you will not be able to get it back.
Aswa ko biikab bodaboda chebo som ak kijanaek chok chemi gaa, chemi school, kijanaek chemengechen kaikai ongeistoegei mayechu. Amu ngemin yep kobor kongem generation ng'ung'et, yep kobor kongem kapsikisio ng'ung'et. Semutai komakiyobi generation. So kimeche kesomgei chitugul nemi kurgat ole imi kikose tukono ongesomgei ongeamechi kotongelang koroi kikongem biik chok ongemwochi chemung'araek chok choe mung'arosiek chu kora kelech kaikai motobar lagok chok amu beku chechoket tun korup chekuket kora. So ngetoretkei pamoja asikobit kiangamisan koroi kakotaranai lagok chok.
Kong'etege taonitab Kapsabet County nebo Nandi, logoiywekab emet chebo Nenyon TV, kainenyu ko Elwin Cherop.
Sing Nenyon nebo logoiwek kong'eten Rift Valley, Murot Katam, Elwin Cherop. Keistoengei noton chitab Kalenjin kakotestai komongei ng'alalutik chekimen kot mising ko en kwen biikab emet kotinygei ak kakwoutiet nekoimuch koib kibagenge noton netinyegei ak kamaret lewenisiet ak kamaretab kiwatoshek noton nebo IEBC koisto somanet nebo sukulitab barak anan degree komako magutiet anan komako agenge en magutik chotok chekikochin chi neimong'ugei asikobit koborchigei kandoinatet anan baronwek cheterter bolotet en emoni. Kosubkei ak alak en biikab emet komwa kole noton koboru kole matekisi IEBC akobo somanetab barak notok nebo emoni. Kinyoru sirinyo nebo logoiwek kong'eten county nebo Nakuru, Isaac Chiruyot.
Betusiek tuten kong'eten ingobarasta kibagenge netononjin lewenisiet en emet IEBC kole digiri komako agenge en tuguk chemokotin en biik chesome kecherok alak tugul en lewenisiet nenyone kotesetai kobitu ng'alalet kosubkei notok ele en county nebo Nakuru kakimuch keib keret netinye biik kosubkei kakwautiet notok. Alak en biik chekakimuch ketebsen ko kailos kakwautiet notok en kit nekamwa kole tinye imanda chitugul nebo kondochi emoni ak mamiten amune keboisien somanet keter alak en biik chetinye makanotok.
Mimi naunga mkono 100% na nasema IEBC mnawapongeza kwa sababu mmefuata court order iliyokuwa imetolewa kwamba hatuhitaji vyeti vya masomo katika uongozi.
David Kikaria ko MP nebo Nakuru Town East nekikobur inendet en parliament en kasartab kenyisiek 14 ile kamwa inendet kole okot ngandan ikochin ng'atutik biikab emet kolewen biik chematinye somanet nebo barak ko bo komonut en kandoindet age tugul konyor somanet asikosuldaen boisionik cheboto chobetab ng'atutik ak chikilisiet en ng'ulotyet nemiten barak.
For us to be able to effectively oversight an executive, then some level of education is required. So that not mandatory because we had given 5 years, but again it was thrown out because of his unconstitutionality. But again, I want to believe that it is important for people to go to school so that they can be able to do those very important three things.
Okot kounotok ko alak en biikab emet ko kaesio kakwautyonotok en kit nekamwa kole kandoik chematinye somanet neyamat komuch konde ole ng'oi tetutik chebo bandab tai en emet.
The announcement of the requirement, academic requirement for a governor and the presidents and the others not becoming a degree as a minimum requirement academically, I think to me it is an insult to the academia, it's an insult to the intellect, it is an insult to the learned population in general. You cannot give a teacher You cannot say a teacher must have a degree to teach your children, and you don't want a leader who is a vision carrier to have that degree.
Kongeten county nebo Nakuru, logoiywekab emet chebo Nenyon TV, kainenyon ko Isaac Cheruyot.
Yekistoengei noto chitab Kolenjin ko en logoiwek kokakimuch kiwong tetutik tugul chebo keker kele kakimuch keter komatuiyo beek chebunu riret notok nebo Bogoria ak Baringo en county nebo Baringo. Niton ketere asikobit komatuiyo beek chotok che tililen chematindoi chumbik ak chotok chetindoi chumbik en oret agenge nebo keker kele maimuch koib ng'emet notok nebo meng'ik chotok chemeng'ishe en keberta notok nebo Bogoria en county nebo Baringo. Akot noton ko kaimuch korutechi komosatan stakeholders cheterter che kaitita asikobit kochigil akobo teksosiek cheterter chekimuche kibendi kisuldoen en komosatan asikobit keker kele maimuch kochut beek chebunu Lake Bogoria chotok ko chumbik asikobit komachut oinet notok nebo fresh water noton ko Lake Baringo. Akot ko noton ko alak en tetutik chotok chebo kisuldaen en keberaton ketech akobo oratinwek chebune beek chekistoen beek chekatotokyingei Lake Baringo kotokyigei kebeberta notok nebo Tiati. Ole bechuton kitokyingei Tiati kebendi keker kele kakimuch keboisien en toretet notok nebo kanaptaetab tetutikab kabatisiet anan ketumji mbaronik beek en ekarisiek ketop 100,000 en kebeberta notok nebo Tiati. Akot ko noton ko kakwautioniton nebo keter ak keribe oinet noton nebo Baringo kokoimuch koityi akosirto serikalit notok nebo county nebo Baringo akotoretigei ak serikalit notok netoror koboto kibagengeisiek cheterter asikobit keker kele kakimuch ketoret biikab emet chekokotestai keistoi meng'otosiekwak kosibgei ak nekotestai kolany barak beek mising chebunu riret notok nebo Bogoria. Akot ko noton koboiboenjin mising meng'ikab komosaton nemwoe kole wendi niton kosor rurutikwak ak kosor meng'otosiekwak.
Whereby wakulima walikuwa na lima siku hiyo, lakini sababu ya lake wakati iliongezeka, it started this swelling from 2011. It started from 2011 up to now. Unaona mahali inaelekea sasa inataka ku drain water to Lake Baringo. And you see ikikutana sasa maji ya chumvi na ile fresh inaanza kuharibika. That is why tunashukuru sababu serikali wamekuja, wameona kwamba waweke hiyo dike, na ile tu tunasema ni kwamba center hii yetu ya Loboi na hii public land like this one now where we are now, it has been submerged by water na chumvi iko mingi. Wezi lima hapa, hata kufanya nini wezi lima.
So tulipofahamiwa na hii lake, ikawa ni kwamba watu wamekuwa sasa hawana mahali pa kuelekea. Lakini tunashukuru kwa serikali hata ya county, kwa sababu pamoja na kwamba hapa Lake Bogoria came back ni mahali pa wanyama, lakini kwa sababu hii park ama lake itself imevamia mashamba yetu, basi tukawa tumepewa nafasi tukaishi huko kama squatters. Kutoka siku hiyo 2013 mpaka wa leo watu wanaishi huko, hawana mahali pa kuelekea kwa sababu mashamba yao wako na title deed, lakini sasa hiyo inakuwa tu ni karatasi kwa sababu ni ishara tu ya kwamba walikuwa na own land, lakini ukiulizwa land iko wapi, it is deep in the lake.
Ije mkaseme tungojee serikali. Mkiona kwamba mvua inakuwa kubwa, hama. Hata enda kwa jirani. Ama uende kwa mtu ya ukoo. Hata kama unataka kuja kwangu, kama wewe ni Kobil, unakuja kwangu. Si namna hiyo? Tuwezi kungojea mpaka hii mvua inatuletea madhara. Sisi zote tuhakikishe kwamba we can respond on our own as we prepare kutafuta suluhisho ya hii maji.
Ako bechoton konoptogei en ainet noton bo Bogoria chitab Kolenjin ko maingeme kityo akobo meng'otoshekab biikab emet kobaten kokong'em kora akobo meng'otet nebo tiong'ikab timin chemiten Baringo reserve en nguni komwa ofisa neo netelelchin mbuganoton kole en nguni keborenjin chong'indo noton nebo tiong'ikab timin chemuitos kocheng'e ole mie ole momiten beek ako noton kokotestai korek ng'oyondit nekim kot missing en kwenoton nebo biikab emet ak tiong'ikab timin. Mwa kole kakwautiet wendi koibe serikali en nguni kowendi kotoreti missing en kirindaet nebo terchinoshekab tiong'ikab timin ak biikab emet.
We are also affected as Lake Bogoria National Reserve because our flamingos are almost not coming here because the grazing ground where they can stay at the course of the day or in the evenings is now being threatened by water flood. Because the floods goes all the way deeper to the bushes, in which flamingos don't like it so much, and everybody don't like bushes because of insecurity and all this. Then we had grasslands all over here. We had gazelles, which are good in grassland. We had impalas, which are good in grasslands. But now others are going to the communities around. Others are almost maybe they can survive in rocks, but gazelles cannot survive in rocks. The Thompsons mostly. So those ones are being affected. We now have human-wildlife conflicts because when water floods goes deeper to the community, that means the crocodile will definitely wake up in somebody's boma, or the hippos will definitely wake up in the evening and directly inaenda kwa shamba ya mwenyewe. So yeah. So those are some of the human-wildlife conflicts which we have around this place.
Gistoengei logoiywenoton bunu county nebo Baringo ole kakomuch komongei kandoindet nebo chamait noton nebo DCP noton ko Rigathi Gachagua kokon ng'alalet nekim kot missing ne en nguni kotokyin kibagenge noton netinye ak lewenisiet ak kamaretab kiwatoshek nebo IEBC en mwa kole en nguni konyolu kakwautik chebo keib walutik en motwonoton asikobit keker kele kaimuch biikab emoni konyor katyaknatet ak imanda en biretab kura. Mwa kole en nguni komiten biretab kura en eunek chotok chebo IEBC ako nyolu kosib karorutik ak ng'atutik chebo emoni asikobit komakimuch kong'emak kalyet nekitesetai keborenjin en emetab Kenya. Mwa kole IEBC konyolu koib kakwautik asikobit keker kele makimuch keborenji chemarget neu nekikakimuch keborenji en emoni yekingobata lewenisiet neo nebo kenyitab 2007.
The Kenya Integrated Election Management System. Kenyans, you'll bear witness that I've spoken to the IEBC chairman, Mr. Erastus Ethkon, in my capacity as a leader in this country and as a responsible citizen on several electoral matters. I've advised him that IEBC has had image and trust issues, and the people of Kenya for a long time know that. I've taken the trouble further and reminded him of the 2007-2008 inactions and actions of the then ECK, Electoral Commission of Kenya, and the resultant chaos and mayhem in the country. Bwana Ethkon knows how controversial his appointment was and to whom he pays his allegiance to. Nevertheless, the country has 55 million Kenyans. Mr. Ethkon has a choice to make. Stand with Kenyans, the 55 million of them, or choose to burn this country. He lives around and he knows the people of Kenya. From the outset, Kenyans hold the view that his commission and himself are an appendage of William Ruto. And they are biased and do so to serve his political playbook. He has not spoken to this matter, and he will not, and you all know why.
Kaniton chitab kolenjin kiwangunen logoiwek chakimuch keibunen nguni kongoi neo amun kenam boroindo notok nebo isub ak iker logoiwechu ka director ko Peter Kiplagat. Kainenyun kekurenon Cynthia Terer, anome boroindo nekata timit komugul nekakere kole kaitun logoiwechu en oret notok nekararan amakun betut nemie metwau testai iker ketesiet notok nebo Nenyon TV amun kimi gaa. Kainenyun ko Cynthia Terer.
Nenyon TV.